It's time for the Balkan battle. In one corner, a global titan that flies to more countries than any other airline on Earth. In the other, a boutique challenger from the heart of the Balkans, punching way above its weight class. Welcome back to the Flyman Yann Aviation World Cup.
We're still in the trenches of round one, but after today, another airline is going home.
To advance, our contenders must get the most wins across 5 categories. If they can't handle the basics, they don't deserve a spot in the quarterfinals.
There may have been some turbulence in the past, but today, Air Serbia and Turkish Airlines are battling it out at 35,000 feet.
The bracket is set, the flights are booked, bring on the Balkan battle.
Good morning from the beach here in Larnaca. It's not quite the season yet, so I've still got my jacket on, but it's lovely to see a bit of sunshine. The first airline in today's episode is Air Serbia, so let's head to the airport. There is a bus that takes you to the airport for €2.40, but it's a 30-minute wait, so I'm jumping in a taxi. I'm outside Larnaca International Airport here, where I'll be catching my first flight with Air Serbia to their hub in Belgrade. I actually ended up flying through Larnaca Airport a few times last year, like 6, 7 times, and I really like the lounge here. So let's go check that out and get inside. I've flown with Air Serbia 3 times before on their A320 and more recently on their ATR 72. But to be honest, every single one of those times I was hungover after coming back from Exit Festival and just fell asleep the whole flight. So today is going to be my first time reviewing it where I actually remember something. There's a bit of a queue at the check-in line, and I've got my mobile boarding pass already and I don't have bags to drop, so I'm just going to head straight through security and check out this lounge. I've made it into the lounge now. I really love this terrace area here. Every time I come to Larnaca Lounge, this is where I go, and there's great views of the runways. You can see aircraft coming to take off, coming into land. Right now, I'm gonna go inside, get a glass of champagne or probably sparkling wine, and relax until time for boarding.
Back inside, there's a large buffet area with breads, cereals, sandwiches, and salads. Soups and other hot options at the back, pastries, sweets, and fruit in the middle. There's a staffed bar serving chargeable premium drinks, but there's also a non-chargeable self-serve drinks area, so I'm grabbing a drink from here. The lounges are pretty good size with plenty of seating available, nice large windows all around, but I'm heading back outside to the terrace to enjoy my sparkling wine. Let's add a point on the scoreboard. It wasn't much longer until our Air Serbia plane had touched down, so let's head to the gate.
A lot of you might not have heard much about Air Serbia, so let me tell you a bit more about the airline.
Tracing its lineage back to 1927 as Aeroput and later the iconic Jet Airways, Air Serbia is one of the oldest airlines in the world. From its primary hub in Belgrade, it connects the Balkans to over 100 destinations across Europe, Asia, and North America. The current fleet is a diverse mix of Airbus A330s for long-haul routes, alongside a narrow-body fleet of mainly A319s, with ATR 72s and Embraer E195s handling the regional network. Their flagship Airbus A330s celebrates Serbian geniuses, with the most famous tale featuring a massive portrait of Nikola Tesla.
All right, boarding started. Let's see what it's like on board.
Here's the 21-year-old A319 will be flying to Belgrade today.
I just got on board and I'm settled into my seat 22F. I've got an interesting story from one of the last times I flew Air Serbia. Many years ago, Etihad did an investment into Air Serbia and they ended up wet leasing a few aircraft. So I was flying from Belgrade back to London, and there was one departure which was on an Air Serbia aircraft 5 minutes later, there was one on an Etihad aircraft with Etihad crew, and there was maybe only 5 of us on the whole flight. So we flew all the way from Belgrade to London on this Etihad aircraft, which was quite a novel experience, and we had the whole plane to ourselves.
But now, let's look around the seat of this aircraft. Air Serbia's A319 fleet has an average age of 18 years, so it is a slightly older seat. There's no headrest, the recline felt pretty minimal, but despite having only 29 inches of seat pitch, the legroom felt way bigger than that. There's not much more to say about this seat, so with boarding complete, let's get in the sky and see what the service is like. The trolley made its appearance 25 minutes after takeoff. I was planning on ordering from the in-flight menu, but it turns out there is a complimentary sandwich and water bottle provided. It was a salami, cheese, and pickle roll, which tasted pretty good, but it was a bit dry. I'll be looking forward to eating some proper Serbian burek when I land. The crew passed through the cabin again for the tea and coffee service and to take any orders from the menu. Now, let's head to the back and see what's going on in these toilets.
Alright, it's toilet inspection time. Let's have a look what we have. It's pretty standard toilet. Running a bit low on toilet paper though. That might be dangerous for someone. Hand soap, sink's a bit clogged, but whatever. And some paper. Pretty standard toilet. Let's go back to the seat. In terms of amenities, there's really nothing here. There's no screen, there's no charging, and there's not even Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna spend the rest of my flight watching videos on my phone, and I'll see you for the descent. Alright, so I've just touched down in Belgrade, and I think overall the Air Serbia flight was a perfectly fine economy flight. The dude next to me was kind of encroaching into my space a bit, but that's got nothing to do with Air Serbia. And I really liked how the complimentary snack was a proper full-on sandwich. Like most airlines would just throw you a pack of peanuts and that's it. But the question is that going to be enough to beat Turkish Airlines? Let's find out. Good morning from Zurich Airport. I didn't venture into the city last night like I usually do. I actually stayed at the Capsule Hotel, which is like a 30-second walk across the road from the check-in desks. I also saved about 1.5 million euros by not going anywhere close to Zurich. So I'm gonna head back to the hotel, grab my bags, and let's go check in. Well, I told you it was closed. Here's the Capsule Hotel behind me, and here's check-in right across the road. So let's go check in. I've only flown Turkish Airlines once before, and it was just a short hop from Istanbul to Bodrum. So today is going to be my first time doing a proper short-haul European business economy class back to their home hub. Alright, I just got my boarding pass and I've got to give big thumbs up to Turkish. We're off to a strong start. The representative at the check-in desk was really friendly. She was making some jokes, so it's a nice way to start the trip. Now, I know this has nothing to do with the final score, but I love a good lounge. And I really enjoyed the Larnaca lounge with the terrace. But I think if anywhere can do a better lounge, it's got to be Zurich, right? I've never actually been to a lounge here, so let's get through security and see what I can find.
We're in Switzerland, so of course there's a Lindt shop. Lots of high fashion shopping, fresh food markets, fast food, and bars with great apron views. But me, I'm heading up here to the Primeclass lounge. Let's see if it's any good. The lounge is split into two sides with seating on each, desk areas to get some work done, live news on the big screen, and the kitchen in the central connecting area. Here you can find a hot breakfast buffet and salads, There's coffee, soft drinks, and beers available, and most importantly, the bar with spirits and, what's this here? Just what I need, a bottle of sparkling wine. Cheers. Let's add another point to the scoreboard. And there is one more thing outside.
Ooh, I don't know. I think this lounge terrace might be beating the Larnaca one. It's just this long strip with chairs going all the way down, but your views are straight onto the airfield. There's so many cool aircraft here. We've got the Swiss A350, we've got a Thai 777, we've got a United 767. In the distance, I can see an Emirates A380, an Etihad, I think it's a Dreamliner, but it's a bit too hazy. And we've just been joined by an Air Serbia 320, which is what we flew on earlier. So no, this is really cool, and you're right up close to the movements. No, this is a cool space to hang out, but it's pretty cold, so I'm gonna head inside and finish my sparkling wine there.
This was actually a very nice lounge, I thought, but unfortunately, it was time to leave as my Turkish plane had just touched down in Zurich. Looks like it's going to another concourse. What's going on?
Okay, so my plane just landed, and for some reason I thought it was at the E gates, but I checked the boarding screen and it's in D gates. So I got to go all the way to the other side of the airport now. And I think I might have to reclear passport as well. So let's get on this train and figure this out. Okay, thankfully I didn't have to clear passport control again. I just took the Sky Metro. Now I'm walking, there's escalators and tunnels and walkways. I'll get there eventually. Spoke too soon. I had to do another security check. But anyway, I'm through now. And oh, here's my gate. Perfect. Before I get on board, let me give you a brief overview of Turkish Airlines.
Founded in 1933 with a fleet of just 5 aircraft, Turkish Airlines has grown into a global titan based at its mega hub, Istanbul Airport. They officially fly to more countries than any other airline on Earth, serving over 350 destinations across 130 countries. Their massive fleet of over 520 aircraft is built on long-haul workhorses like the Boeing 777, 787 and Airbus A350, while the A321neo and 737 MAX dominate their short-haul operations.
All right, let's get on board.
And I can just about make out the 12-year-old 737-800 will be flying on today.
For the ground experience category win.
I'm not including the lounges as part of this, as they have nothing to do with the airline. And for economy, I've only really got the check-in and boarding to go off. Both airlines enforce boarding groups properly at the gate, so with no check-in queues and a really friendly check-in agent, this one goes to Turkish Airlines.
Right, so I just got on board. I'm sitting at the back of the 737 aircraft. It was originally meant to be an A321neo, but it switched last minute to a 737. No problem though, because I'm already pretty impressed. I've been doing all this talking about how European carriers don't have seat-back entertainment screens, and this one does. A lot of people say, you know, Turkish Airlines, is it Asian, is it European? Listen, the airport's on the European side. I'm counting it as a European airline for this categorization. But anyway, I'm settled in, so let's have a look around the rest of the seat.
First of all, seat design and colors. It looks great. I love the red accent. Comfort-wise, also great. There's noticeable extra padding on the seat, the headrest is adjustable to your liking, and legroom is the best we've seen so far this series at 31 inches of seat pitch. Although, to be transparent, this is an older aircraft and their newer 321neos and 737 MAX only have 30 inches, which is still decent. My seat had a recline button, but it was broken, and I have no idea why I didn't test any of the other seats, so I can't tell you how good the recline is. And finally, making a first appearance on this series is the IFE screen, which I'll come back to in the amenities section.
So, for the seat category win, it's got to go to
Turkish Airlines. It's a clear winner with the much better seat all around. For now though, boarding is complete, and great news, I have the entire row to myself. So let's take off and see if the in-flight service is just as impressive. Well, we're off to a strong start because not even 10 minutes after takeoff, the crew were handing out hot towels. I don't think I've ever seen this in short-haul economy. Let me know in the comments if another airline does this on short-haul too. After this though, it took almost an hour from takeoff for the trolley service to begin, but I quickly understood why.
Just finished up the meal service and that was actually really good. I wasn't a fan of the starter, but that's just personal preference. I'm not really a fan of aubergine, but otherwise I'm really impressed. I knew Turkish were going to provide a snack and a drink, but I was not expecting a full-on hot meal. This is just like a 2.5 hour flight, so like very impressive service for an intra-European flight. I don't think it's going to get better than this for any of the flights in the series, for Europe at least, but let's see. For now, big thumbs up to Turkish, and I think that easily means the hospitality category win goes to
Turkish Airlines. With the sort of catering you'd expect on a long-haul flight, they really excelled in this category. And are things just as impressive in the toilets?
Alright, toilet inspection time. What do we have here? It feels a little bit cramped, but I guess the mirrors on both sides kind of helps with that a bit. It's pretty clean. You've got the sink, the napkins, the tissue paper. One thing I've not seen on any other airline, I don't think, is this little air freshener, so it smells pretty nice in here. Apart from that, pretty standard, so let's get back to the seat.
And for the toilet category winner, although the toilets felt a lot more cramped on Turkish, they didn't have a broken soap dispenser, and they even had an air freshener, so this one goes to Turkish yet again.
Alright, and what about the amenities? Well, I've talked a few times about how it's not common to see IFE screens on European carriers, but Turkish is one of the few that does include it. So in front of me, even though the system's a bit dated, I do have an IFE screen. The movie selection is pretty decent. There's an in-flight map so you can keep track of the flight, so I'm very happy with that. There is no charging, so if you do want to use your device, make sure it's all charged up before you leave. And there is Wi-Fi included, and to my surprise it's complimentary and it seems to be unlimited for the whole flight. On the IFE screen there's a promo saying it's limited to 250 megabyte, but when I connected on my phone it said unlimited for the whole flight. And again, as an economy passenger on an intra-European flight, I'm very impressed with this, so huge thumbs up to Turkish Airlines. And I think for the amenities win, take a guess who it's going to.
Of course, Turkish Airlines. Despite the lack of charging sockets, the IFE screen and unlimited Wi-Fi more than made up for it.
I made it to Istanbul. I keep saying this word in this video, but I'm really impressed with the whole Turkish experience. It's making me really think about how like subpar like other European airlines are. Like there's no meal service, they just throw you like some pretzels and some water if you're lucky. Having a proper meal service that you'd usually expect to see on a long-haul economy flight, on a 2.5 hour intra-European flight, it's amazing. I wish this was something that was a bit more common on European carriers. But anyway, we're here for Air Serbia against Turkish. So let's look at the results.
Our very first whitewash of the season, with every category win going to Turkish. And well deserved, to be honest. They'll be continuing to the quarterfinals to battle it out with Swiss in short-haul business class.
With that said, I'm pretty excited for the next round now. I believe Turkish Airlines is the only European carrier to offer a differentiated short-haul business class seat. So we're still going to have a couple matches of round one before we move to the quarterfinals. So make sure you subscribe to stay tuned with all of those. Let me know in the comments if you've ever flown with Air Serbia or Turkish Airlines and what your experience was like. Like, subscribe, and as always, till next time.